thanks for tuning in. This is Neelam and today I have a 30 minutes lower body follow along strength training session for you which will target all the major muscle groups of lower body such as quadriceps, hamstring, glutes, calves, and it will help you to tone and shape up your lower body. Also, if you are looking for some fat loss from your lower body, then you have to combine this workout with clean eating habits and a caloric deficit. The workout includes warm-up, cool-down and 7 main exercises. We will perform each exercise for 40 seconds followed by 20 seconds of rest, and there are 3 sets of each exercise. The equipment you require for this workout is a pair of dumbbells which can be any weights which suits you. I am going to use 6 kg dumbbell in each hand. If you don't have a pair of dumbbells, feel free to use water bottles for an added resistance. So let's not wait more and let's do this workout. Welcome to the voiceover. So the first exercise of warm-up is leg circle. So I'm going to switch on the timer. So take the wall support with your one hand and perform the circle on the same side. So you have to rotate your hip joint in circular motion. Meanwhile, your body should be completely stable, completely straight. Do not wiggle your waist so much. Try to open up your hip joint. That will happen when you will think of performing this circular motion only at your hip joint, nowhere else. So for the next round, we have to switch the side and take the wall support from the same side where you are performing the circles. This will help you to keep your body parallel to the wall. If you take wall support from the opposite side, then the tendency will be leaning towards the wall, which we want to avoid. So keep your body parallel to the wall and perform the circles. So the next up is walking lunges. It will open up the hip joint, knee joint, and it will raise your heartbeat a little. So go as deep as you can and perform these walking lunges. If you have an open space, then keep going because I don't have that much open space, so I'm taking turns and doing it. If you have an open space, use it and keep going in a line. So the next up is pike walk towards your hand placement. So come to the pike position and keep walking towards your hand placement as much as you can, and then go back again. Again you walk towards your hands and then go back. It will open up your waist, your low back, your hip joint, and it will keep the lower body joints ready for the workout. And it will also warm up your shoulders and wrist. So the next up is squat. So take a shoulder width stance between your feet and squat down. While squatting, we have to keep in mind that you have to start lowering your hips first rather than bending the knee. So think of lowering your hips only, do not think of bending knee. That way you will be able to keep the command over the form. So the next up is waist circle. Stand at the shoulder width distance between your feet and start rotating your waist 2 times clockwise, then 2 times anti-clockwise. This way we have to perform this movement. It looks funny, but it's very helpful to open up your core and your hip joint. So the next up is easy jacks. For this is the easy modification of jumping jacks. You have to perform it the same way we perform jumping jack. The difference is in jumping jack you be on forefoot, but here you have to keep your whole foot on the ground and perform it in the easy way, but take wider side steps. That's the only difference. So for the next up, we have spot jog. So come on your spot and start jogging slowly. So do not be so much excited, just keep it slow and easy because we need energy for the upcoming workout. So take it slow and Slowly raise your heartbeat, slowly open up our joints. So with this, our warm-up is done, and now we will prepare for the workout. So take a break. So the first exercise of our workout is a goblet squat. For a goblet squat, first of all, keep your weight ready in between your feet and shake your legs a little, shake your arms a little. Prepare for the goblet squats. So the form check here is, for goblet squat, you have to hold your weight right in front of your chest and close to your chest, not far away, close to your chest. And again, focus on lowering your hips down rather than bending your knee, so your knee will not pass your toes as you go down, and go as deep as possible. Do not rush this movement. Perform slow and controlled reps because this is the first exercise of our workout, so we don't want to rush and jerk and injure ourselves. So take it slow and controlled movements you have to perform, and keep your back straight, your body as much as upright as possible, and keep most of your weight on your heels rather than your forefoot. So take a break. We have to perform 2 more sets of the same exercise. So take your break. Grab your weight right in front of your body. Keep it close to your body, completely close to your body. No distance between your body and the weight. So that will help you to keep your body upright. Otherwise, if you keep a distance between weight and your body, then the tendency will be of leaning forward, and that will put unnecessary load on your shoulders that we do not want right now. So keep your form in check. Form is everything. I always say this, but it's strength training, so we cannot forget about the form at all. Form is totally everything. So take a break, and 1 more set of this exercise is pending. Now you will start feeling it a little, but this exercise is an ultimate exercise to strengthen quadriceps, shape up your quadriceps, your thighs, your glutes and your calves. It engages everything. Squat is a king of all exercises, so this is the best exercise. So now you must be feeling it a little, but definitely you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. One of my friend told me that not to say this, but it's definitely true. You can definitely do it. You can also hold your weight just like I'm holding it right now, but you know, my dumbbell is an adjustable one, so I was holding it that way before because I don't want to take any chance of opening up the plate. So but you can hold the weight for all your 3 sets this way as well. So the next up is a split deadlift. For this exercise, we have to take a split stance between feet, and from there we have to start lowering. First of all, have a split stance, 1 foot forward, 1 foot little bit backward, and from here you have to start hinging at the hip with a soft bend at your knee. When you are in standing position, both of your knee will be locked, and as you lower your weight, there will be a soft bend in your knee, and your back should be completely flat, completely straight, and you have to go as low where your back is parallel to the floor. So go that much deep here, and do not forget about the soft bend at the knee. And when you will start feeling your glutes and your hamstrings, means your form is perfect. If you are feeling it in upper back, some pain type of thing you're feeling, then please perform this in front of the mirror and check whether your back is completely flat, completely straight or not. So for the next round, we will switch side. So now keep your rear leg in front, and here you have to remember to retract the shoulders. Keep your shoulders retracted and locked. By retracted, I mean pushing your shoulder blades backward, and means your shoulder will be completely tight. Do not drop your shoulders, do not keep it loose and hanging. You don't have to do that. Keep your shoulders tight, your elbows tight, your wrists tight, everything nice and tight. And then you have to lower your back with a hinging movement at only hip joint. No rounding, no arching of back. Deadlift variations are great to target hamstrings and glutes, all posterior chain of your lower body, and also it engages your core. It challenges your balance as well when we are performing in a split stance. So do not forget about the core engagement. Keep your core also tight, your whole body tight. Focus on the form. So few key points you have to remember: that soft bend at the knee, retraction of shoulder, and keeping the back straight and flat. Keep going. For this third set, we have to perform 20 seconds in one leg, and the rest of 20 seconds we will perform in the other leg. So in total we will perform the same number of repetitions in all three sets. So this is why I have splitted this third set of this exercise as a 20-20 variation. So the next up is forward and reverse lunge. So for this exercise you have to take a lunge forward, and then on the same side a reverse lunge. Then in the next rep we have to switch side. So I'm starting here from my right side. So one front lunge, one reverse lunge, then one front and one reverse lunge on the left side. So this way, in alternative way, we have to perform these lunges. If you do not want to keep your weight in both of your hands, then hold your weight in a goblet squat method. The way we were holding it in a goblet squat, you can hold one dumbbell also, but dumbbells in both hands helps in maintaining balance, because we have the same weight in both sides, so that will help you to maintain a balance. But if you think that it is like a lot of load, then you can definitely hold one dumbbell also in front of your chest, and you can entirely ditch the dumbbells also for this exercise, because this is an advanced exercise. So if you are doing it only with body weight, then also it will help you strengthen your lower body in a great way. So form check here, where while performing lunge your knee should not pass your toes, means I'm talking about the front leg. So as we all know this fact, but again I will mention because it's a form check, so form is important here. And as soon as your knees start tapping the floor, just press up and keep going. Do not take long pauses in between, but do not lose the form as well, do not lose the balance as well. So take a break. Lunges are again great lower body exercise. It targets your hamstrings, your glutes, and your overall balance and your core strength as well, while maintaining the balance, because balance is also one challenge here. So it overall engages many muscle groups at the same time. Meanwhile, keep your upper body straight and upright. Do not lean forward or do not arch your back. Keep your upper body stable and straight and upright as much as possible. So take a break now. So our next exercise is a dumbbell good mornings. Good mornings are the best exercise to target your glutes and your hamstrings, entire posterior chain at the same time, and it also strengthens your lower back. For this exercise you have to keep your dumbbell on your upper back, and please check the form properly. This is again a hip hinging movement, Here we have to first of all keep your dumbbell on your upper back, not on your neck. It will hurt your neck. So keep your dumbbell on your upper back, on your back of your shoulders, keep it there. And from here, take a little distance between your feet and start hinging at the hip with a soft bend. As you lower your upper body, there should be a soft bend at your knee. A little bend, not too much bend, a soft bend. And as you lower your body, your back should be completely straight and flat. And you should feel this exercise as you lower your body. You should feel this rep in your hamstring and your glutes. If this is the case, your form is correct. If you are feeling it somewhere else, somewhere in your lower back, you're feeling some strain kind of thing, then please check your form. Try to perform this in front of mirror. So you have to go as lower where your upper body is parallel to the floor. Till that much you have to go. If you can go lower than that, it's good, but that much is enough. So you should be feeling it at your hip and at your hamstrings. Till there you have to lower your body. And remember, keep your back straight and flat, no rounding and no arching. So we have to think of using our glute muscles to come back to standing position. As you perform the good morning, as we lower down and as we come up, you have to focus on using your glutes to stand up rather than your upper body movement. So that way you can engage, you can maintain a mind to muscle connection, and this will also help you to keep your form perfect and correct, which is very very important in this exercise, because if you do it with the wrong form, it can hurt your back, it can hurt your neck. We don't want that. So remember to keep the weight on your upper back, not on your neck. So the next exercise is standing leg lifts to the side. So for this again we have to take the wall support, but this time we have to take the wall support from the opposite side and we have to lean a little towards the wall. As you start lifting your leg towards up, you have to lean a little towards the wall to use full range of motion at your hip joint, because it's very less range of motion available at the abduction. Actually this is the abduction, so it has a little range of motion. So we will compensate, we will try to use it as maximum as possible by leaning towards the wall a little. And you have to pause for a second when your leg is completely abducted. Pause there for a second to hold that contraction, to increase the time under tension, and come back to starting position as slow as possible. Do not rush this movement. Perform slow and controlled movements, and do not forget about the holding the abduction for a second. So switch side for the next round and abduct your leg. And here you don't have to use your hand to hold the weight. Why we are holding the dumbbell here? So that the dumbbell will provide an added resistance against the abduction movement. So keep your dumbbell hanging in your hand and let your leg hold the weight of the dumbbell, so that we can use it as an added resistance. And meanwhile your body should be completely straight, no rounding or arching of back. Your core should be engaged, and you will also feel this a little in your resting leg as well, because all your body weight is on your resting leg. So there will be involvement of your resting leg muscles as well. So for the third set, we will use the 20-20 method here. So for 20 seconds, we will perform in the other side, and for next 20 seconds we will switch side. So now switch your side. This is a great exercise to target hip dips and your side glutes. So because usually we do not take side steps in our daily life, so to target those unengaged muscles more, you should perform these sideway movements once in a while. So the next up is two-way donkey kicks. For this, first thing first, have a padding under your knee, otherwise your knee will pain, and grab a dumbbell in your knee and make it secure with a bend at your knee, and start performing donkey kick, one donkey kick and one fire hydrant. With that I mean, once you have to lift your legs straight up, and for the next step you have to lift your leg towards outside, means again abduction you have to perform, one extension and one abduction. This way you have to perform these movement, and meanwhile all your resting limbs, means your arms, your resting thigh should be perpendicular to the floor, and your back should be completely flat, straight. Also when you perform, you go up where your thigh is parallel to the floor. So for the next round you have to switch side. In the next side you have to perform these reps now. So start it. So as you raise it up, you have to go where your thigh is parallel to the floor. That should be your maximum used range of motion. Do not try to go up than that. Why? Because then you will be arching your back, and we don't want that. So go till where your thigh is parallel to the floor. That is your maximum range, and do not go beyond that, because we don't want any type of arching that can hurt your lower back. So keep your back flat and straight, your core engaged, your stomach in, and here also you will feel it in your resting glute as well, which is totally normal. Keep going. So for the third set we will ditch the weight and we will perform this in just body weight. So again 20-20 formula we have to use. For 20 seconds we will perform in the first side, and then rest of 20 seconds we have to perform reps in the other side. This is a great glute isolation exercise. So if you really want to tone your glutes and lose some fat from there, so include donkey kicks in your usual leg routine. These are very useful and very effective at the same time. So the next and the last exercise of workout is most of the time forgotten, calf muscles. Yes, calf raises. So here we have to load the calf raises, but if balance is the issue with you, then you can perform it body weight while taking wall support as well. But if you can do it without any support, then load this with one dumbbell or with both the dumbbells, and think of pushing your ankle joint forward. And one cue which will help you to perform this with a perfect form is that keep your chest out, your stomach in. When you will do this, especially when you are in a raised position, if your chest will be out, your stomach will be in, that will be way easier to maintain a balance, and you will never lose the balance if you will hold this position in this exercise. So take a break. And also don't forget to hold the contraction again for an increased time under tension. So when your heels are in raised position, hold there for a second, hold that contraction, And as your heels tap the floor, immediately you press up. Do not spend a lot of time on the floor, so your heel should be in the air most of the time while doing these sets. And keep your toes pointed forward, not outwards, not inwards. Those are different variations, but here we are performing a standard one. So keep your toes pointed outwards and a little distance between your feet. Take a break. So one more set is pending for this exercise. You will start feeling it with this set, but it's totally worth it. This is the last exercise of this workout. You totally nailed it, and give your best shot to this as well. Hold the contraction and again press up. As you can see, my stomach is in, my chest is out, and that is helping me to maintain a perfect balance. I'm not going to lose balance in any moment in this exercise. But you are always free to take wall support and ditch the weight, or you can keep the weight on your one shoulder and take the wall support from the other hand, and then also you can perform these raises. Then also you will get most of the benefit. So take a break. With this, our workout is done. Now prepare for the cool down stretches. And for cool down stretches, our first stretch is leg stretch. We will perform first in the right side. So take the wall support from the other side and stretch your leg. Pull your heel towards your hip as much as you can. If you can do it without wall support, then forget about the wall support and keep your core engaged. Hold your weight on your one leg and perform the stretch. Hold it for a few more seconds and then we will switch side. Switch side now. Meanwhile, again, your chest out, your stomach in, your body completely straight. Hold it for total 30 seconds. So few more seconds to go. And for the next stretch, we have to sit down on the mat. So now sit down on the mat. Make a V shape between your legs, means spread your legs like this and reach out forward with straight arms forward and with a straight back as well. Keep your back straight, do not round, and try to reach as much as you can. Your knee should be locked, your legs should be completely straight, and reach out as much as you can. The next stretch is a half pigeon pose. So for this pose, you have to bring your one leg forward and one leg back. So the forward leg will be completely bent and the backward leg will be completely stretched out, and meanwhile your arm should maintain a plank like position. So this way you have to hold this half pigeon or pigeon variation and hold this for few more seconds. And for the next round we will switch side for the same pose. So switch side now and be completely relaxed in this pose. Put your body weight on your front knee so that it will be completely bent. It will stretch your hip joint, your knee joint, and your ankles also. So it's a great pose to stretch your lower body. So the next stretch is a butterfly hold. So switch your pose now and come to the butterfly sit-in position. We only have to hold this pose, that's all. It will stretch your hip adductors, means your inner thighs, and it will also stretch your back muscles. So pull your heels towards your body as much as you can, and meanwhile keep your back straight. Again, your chest out as much as you can. That will help you to stretch your back muscles. And the next stretch is the hamstring stretch. For this, keep your one leg outstretched and completely straight. Lock the knee of that and keep the other heel at the beginning of your thigh, where your thigh starts. Keep your heel there and your foot relaxed over there, and reach forward with a straight back as much as you can. Keep your back straight and keep your arms reaching forward. Switch side. Perform the same exercise towards the other side and reach as much as you can and hold this awesome pose for a few more seconds. It will help you to stretch the hamstrings, your calf muscles, and meanwhile your toes should point upward and little bit towards your body. It will put an extra stretch on your posterior chain. Now the last stretch is Vajrasana. So for this you have to sit on your legs like this, completely relaxed, but your chest out, your stomach in, your upper body completely straight, and keep your hands on your thighs just like I am placing. And with this our workout is all done. I hope you loved it, you enjoyed it. If yes, then please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.